Alrighty guys, so I got all the filters in. You can see all of them now. There's a little comparison between the two. And I'm gonna go hang this thing, so I'll be back. Alrighty guys, it is now 98 Fahrenheit outside and 79.2 Fahrenheit inside the tiny house. So the air conditioner's been running for quite a while now. And I'll show you what I got back here. This thread that I was complaining about earlier in the video that's barely sticking out, what I did was I applied some of that Dollar Tree glue around the edge of it, so when it cures, hopefully it'll hold that plastic in place. And I didn't have to do it for the rest because, you know, they're pretty much set. But my dad came over and took a look. He said, one more tube and you'll have an octopus. So yeah, I know it's not pretty, but hey, free water, can't beat it. So we're gonna try it out with these new lines. 7 tubes here now, and we'll see what happens. And should be ready for the next rainfall. I got the wires secured, I got everything screwed back in. Hopefully now with the lower profile filters they're more stubby, but you're stubbier than my original ones, but have more surface area. Hopefully they'll be able to eat through the water a lot more quickly because they don't have the granules inside the center of them. They're basically just hollow, so they're basically just particle filters. So, and then obviously I treat it with bleach, and this is not drinking water, guys. I always got to keep saying that because some people on the comments start panicking, like they don't think I know what I'm doing, but it's okay. We'll keep everything clear. But when this water level gets about to the bottom of the second rung here, I'm gonna probably transfer it up to this guy, and I'll video that for you. And then I can probably do a shower, wash some stuff, whatever. I'm gonna get my shoes on and mop the floor again after the disaster of the water in the composting toilet. So I'm definitely going to re-bleach, and hopefully that will disinfect everything, because it was just a little too nasty for my liking. So I'm going to get my shoes on and try to stay dry. Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Let me turn that down. Just got finished done mopping the floor with the lemon bleach. So I'm definitely keeping the air conditioner on, because an air conditioner is basically a dehumidifier, and right now I got a ton of humidity in here. So, and I got all the fans going. They've never quit since I got here this morning. So I'm going crazy like that. One thing I gotta do is find some scrap metal and fix up the propane fireplace exhaust outside. I don't know where the water's coming in at, but I think I gotta build a little deflector, something a piece of metal I can screw to the tiny house, and then and give it a little 45-degree bend or something, and then that way any water will hit that and shed off without going into my propane fireplace, which is kind of important. So the rain harvesting is all set. I hope everything works out well with that. We don't need a repeat disaster of filling my composting toilet up with some water. Oh God. And getting water everywhere else in the tiny house. But now that I've bleached everything, I took the mop and went right underneath the IBC totes, because there's slots where I can, if I put the mop horizontal, I can basically go all the way to the back of the wall of the tiny house. So I did that, moved it around. It's treated with lemony bleach, so I went heavy on the bleach. So hopefully all will be good there. So yeah, like I said, the last thing I got to do before I leave today is try and get something done up outside here. I'm gonna have to dig up some scrap metal, give it a little bend, screw and tape it, and then hopefully that will shed enough water off that I don't have to deal with that ever again. But there you go. And the place is pretty much cleaned up again. For Monday, if this guy's gonna definitely show up, so we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. I hope it's not a scam. And you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, so whew, good thing I got the air conditioner on, because man, I tell you what, summer is finally here. We're getting the hot temps, and global warming's finally rearing its ugly head. But that's the summertime, guys. If we didn't have this heat, it'd be pretty, well, it's been actually a pretty comfortable summer up until the last month or so, because that's when the heat really came on like crazy. We actually we didn't really have a spring. We went from rainy, cold to hot for about a month or so now. And the farmers they could barely get their crops in, guys, around here. So the food prices out there are gonna go wacko come winter, guys. So just remember that. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. I did notify the landlord about the possible break-in, because it was so poorly done, and that I figured it was a crackhead or something. But they're gonna need a hell of a lot more to get into here than that. And like I said, I'm not leaving the AC in the window. No freaking way. Somebody will push that in, get inside, and then unlock it and go to town. Not gonna happen. So there you go. But thank God for air conditioning, guys. It would be amazing to be able to run an air conditioner off of solar, but if you guys know my system, that's impossible. Defies physics in all sorts of ways, so that's not going to happen. Propane generator works excellent. Use it because you can, right? Why not? I'm using it heavily because, one, it's hot out and I want to stay somewhat comfortable. And right now it's actually, I got it on low, and what it does is, because it, you know, it kind of, the compressor kind of goes back and forth. It's not as hard on the generator and won't pop any breakers or anything like that. So that's kind of important. And it's basically just taking the humidity out of here, and that's the whole goal of air conditioning. If you get a low humidity and it's still 80 inside, but really low humidity, it's pretty damn comfortable, guys. And I can actually see, just talking to you now, the floor is definitely drying up nicely, which is great. That's the whole point. So once I get done talking to you guys, I'm gonna jump outside into the heat again and see what I can do. Gotta fix that issue, especially if this guy is serious about buying the tiny house. I want to get that all tidied up and done. And then the next thing, guys, let's say it does happen. Not that I'm counting any chickens before they hatch, but man, I tell you what, we're gonna have one hell of a moving party at the tiny house, because I got so much crap I gotta move out of here if somebody's seriously buying this, that it's not gonna be funny. My dad's got a little utility trailer that I would probably empty and just throw as much crap into it as possible and make multiple trips. But the only thing with that is, where am I gonna put all this stuff once it's out of here? Oh my God, right? Ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to throw in a lot of this stuff with the purchase and then let this dude deal with it, because I just don't think I have anywhere to put this stuff. Because if you guys have been following my channel for any period of time, you know the goal is to, I was getting ready to move in here full time, but then the battery situation happened and the work died off and I couldn't get enough money to finish everything, so it kind of screwed me. Then YouTube cut pretty deep, and they're still cutting. They're bleeding everybody dry on YouTube, which is pretty bad. So thank God for my Patreon members keeping me afloat here. And but like I say, guys, I don't know if this is gonna happen, if this is serious, or if I'm being trolled by somebody, but we'll find out. I'm not gonna record the dude or anything like that on the visit or the tour, because that'd be just weird. Guy comes over and says, "Oh, I wanna look at this thing and buy it," and you're holding the camera to him the whole time. I don't think that's gonna work for it very well. So there you go, guys. But I'm glad I got the composting toilet mystery of the black brownish ooze solved. Gross. And I got the filters installed. Hopefully that will increase the speed of everything, and I'm sure it will. And what I may do, next time the top rain harvesting container gets full, or it gets close to full, I'm gonna put a dropper of bleach up in there. And what's that'll do, that'll kind of kill any mold growing on my filters and stuff like that. And it shouldn't damage them, as far as I can tell, because I'm gonna just do a dropper and it'll be diluted with that water. It'll be just enough to kill bacteria in there, and then eventually it'll leach into the tank. But that's for when we get some rain. But it's been pretty dry. We've had some, like normally, that last big storm, which is when we had the flooding going on here at the tiny house, we haven't had anything since that, and it's been super dry. And a lot of the storms have been missing us and shooting off in bizarre directions. But then again, that's all part of that hurricane that came up. Actually, it was the hurricane aftermath down in the US that came up, and that's what caused it to rain here all day, the one day, and that's what caused the flooding. So there you go. But other than that, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna try to get some more work done.